This is the Serengeti as never seen before, viewed through the eyes of East African guides Richard Knocker and Jombi, award-winning wildlife photographer Paul Joynson-Hicks, and inspirational filmmaker Eliza Parle. For the first time in decades, this extraordinary wilderness stands almost empty, a unique but bittersweet time to be here. Over 8 days, they'll be bringing you a rare glimpse of the Serengeti and all its inhabitants in a visual diary. We hope this encourages you on your own Serengeti safari, so together we can continue to conserve this precious wilderness.
Here we are in the Serengeti.
You're so good at it. Oh.
So here we've got that monster croc that we were with yesterday at that crossing. He's just huge. You see how effortlessly he moves against the current? One great thing about crocs, you know, they can stay underwater for up to an hour. And the way they can do that, when they're down underwater, they just stay very quiet on the bottom and they can drop their pulse rate down to about 1 beat per minute, if you can imagine.
Good morning, good morning. So photo tip of the day is what to do if it's cloudy and a bit miserable and you see a klipspringer sitting on top of a rock. Silhouettes. Okay, so just going to look very quickly at silhouettes. It's a great tool if the light isn't working for you and the composition is working. So over there we've got a klipspringer standing on a rock. It's very dramatic because it's obviously a small antelope on a rock, but he's looking straight at us. So what I've done is I've focused on him, I've framed the shot, I've overexposed because I don't want any sky detail. I'm going to convert this into a silhouette. So it's going to be a black and white and a silhouette. So let's just have a look. A couple of different options, one there and one with his mate there. So overexposure, that's the key. So try by one stop for a silhouette. Good luck. So here we are on the banks of the Mara River and we're looking at a pod of hippos. First really interesting thing is what is the collective noun for hippos. So now I've just told you one, pod. Anyone got any others? So please write them in. I've got a couple of absolute corkers. So I'm not going to tell you them until tomorrow. So next thing about the hippos, which is really interesting, is they secrete from their sweat glands a sort of pinkish substance, which in olden days was called blood sweat, because they thought it was a mixture of blood and sweat. But actually what it is hipposudoric acid. And there's two, there's hipposudoric acid A and hipposudoric acid B. And A is a sun cream, basically, for hippos. So they spend all their days in the water, but their back is out of the water, or they're out on the riverbanks. And so it's very harsh. They haven't got any fur or anything covering their skin, so they need a sun cream, so they have that. And the other thing is an antibiotic. So as you could see from one of these hippos, it's got loads of scratches on its back and they're always fighting and scrapping. So the antibiotic helps stop infection in their skin because quite often they're in stagnant water full of hippo poo. Whereas here obviously the water's flowing, but often they're in stagnant water where the water be really dirty and full of bacteria. So it's hipposudoric acid. Bet you didn't know that. Okay, so I gotta come clean, honestly. I have never heard of hipposudoric acid either. I did know that hippos secreted a special pinkish substance, but I mean, seriously, who knows that? So I got on the radio, I said, Ricardo, what is that stuff that hippos have on their skin? I know that it protects them from the sun, but I mean, what is it? And guess what? He knew. And there's two types. I mean, who knows this kind of stuff? Utterly ridiculous.
What we have here is an acacia. It's one of the robust acacia. We always see this tree adapting to have very sharp, long thorns, this is like, no, don't get near me. It's like a weapon. But what is interestingly is this acacia is knocked down. The tree could probably have been knocked by elephants, either by just kneeling on it and then or pushed. But because it hasn't been completely broken, the tree is still surviving.
Okay, team. So I'm not going to tell you what this is. We're going to make this another quiz, so pay attention because I'll give you some clues. But clever Jombi has found me this lovely skull. You've probably realized by now I've got a bit of a thing for bones and skulls, so here we go again. So what we've got is obviously a big skull. These big teeth here are grinding teeth for grinding vegetation. So there's one clue for you right away. Another thing here is this back molar is not fully erupted. It's not fully emerged. So this was a young animal, whatever this animal was. Okay, let's have a look. Let's turn it over. Now, can you see this is where the eyes were? These are the orbits. And you see it's slightly raised. Do you see it's got this nice brow? So this would have been raised a little bit. That's another clue. That might help you out. And it's obviously big. Let me show you here. This is where the spinal cord would have emerged from the skull. You see with the two big condyles here. And then there's even little bits of tissue here, connective tissue. This is where the muscles were attached to this part of the skull, the big neck muscles. So he's got huge neck muscles. Finally, here's the cool bit. These are the canine teeth. Okay, so this animal had big canines. I don't know if you can see how sharp they are and smooth. What happened with this animal, every time he shuts his mouth, the top canine and the bottom canine, they work against each other like that. And they touch very closely, so they're self-sharpening. It makes them really dangerous weapons. These things are very dangerous weapons and they have big fights. I think that's your final clue. Let me know what you think this animal is, and I'll tell you if you got it right or not. Good luck.
So often on safari we get fixated quite naturally by the big stuff. So if you're up here, it's river crossings or, you know, cats on koppies, things like that. But sometimes it's really nice and really fulfilling to spend some time looking at little stuff. So we've just been hanging out with an oribi family. We've been trying to film one of the oribi marking their territory with their scent gland. Now they have two scent glands. They have their preorbital, which is the long thin one here, it's like a groove, and they have their subauricle, which is the big patch behind their ear. The preorbital gland is what they use for marking their territory, and they stick a bit of grass up their gland like that, and they put their scent on it, and that way everybody knows that this is the area of Bob the oribi, and this is his territory, and so there you go.
Hey, what a lovely day. Beautiful.
On the banks of the Mara River.
Yes.
Not a lot going on.
No, I don't like this. I really hate this.
Why, what's up?
People have been tossing up the plastic bottles.
What?
People have been tossing out the plastic bottles. I hate
That
this.
is so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done. Thanks for doing that, Jombi. Great. Hi everybody, I'd like to talk to you about something that really annoys me, a major problem, environmental problem these days, the scourge that is plastic water bottles. And we really hate these things, they're just awful, okay? Do a lot of damage to the environment. Now, most reputable tour operators these days will provide you with safe drinking water, either from very high-tech water filters that provide perfectly safe water bottles, drinking water for you, or from nice big reusable refillable bottles like this one here. Really good idea. So what you need to do is either bring with you your old faithful water bottle that you're used to using at home, or some operators will provide you with a water bottle here. We like this one, Throttle the Bottle. This is an organization we support, and this is what you want to do. And one more thing, you'll find the link to this organization at the bottom of down here. Check the link, check it out, and please support the organization. Ciao now. And these kopje habitats, wonderful places for all kinds of animals, including this agama lizard, not an iguana but an agama, and one's, look, he's doing his press-ups. So these beautiful colors and that behavior of doing press-ups, both ways of him signaling that he's in prime condition, he's a breeding male, to attract females. Females are drab and grey, We call this big differences between the males and females, sexual dimorphism. And it's an indication of a polygamous species, think peacock. The other thing about these bright colours, of course, is it tells you that this lizard sees in colour as well. So most mammals see in black and white, and then the ones that see in colour usually have lots of bright colour themselves. Think of a fish on a coral reef, think of this lizard, think of all the beautifully coloured birds. All of those species see in full def, high def colour vision, and so do primates like humans. Humans, think of Paul, he loves his colourful shirts. He's a primate, he appreciates colour, so he can see colour.
All right then, here we are. I'm with Jombi. We're just going to have a little look at my bedroom. Here we go. Jombi, you're going to open up. You see that little hatch there on the white? That's where your early morning tea gets brought. So nice. Beautifully done.
Very nice.
Right, very nice. Let's go in. Oh, look at you. Thank you. Whoa. I say that actually, but I do mean it because I love this room. And look at it. There's the bed. There's your view. Wow, that is crazy. Look at that view. Let's take a moment, shall we? Okay, there's a moment. Right, now, out. Look outside. You got your veranda. Doo-doo-doo-doo. More amazing views. That's a lovely place to chill during the sunny time, the siesta, or just have a drink. Here we go back into the bathroom, which is just here. I saw you in the mirror there, Jombi. Oh, look at that. Oh, let's go up there, shall we? Look, nice shirts. Nice shirts. Beautiful bathroom. Look at that. What a bathroom. Okay, there's one more view I want to do. Hang on. Let's just get... What are you doing, Jombi? Look, sorry, that's where all my kit is. There, that's the view. Oh, look at that. Wow. Who doesn't want to stay there? So here we are into the main living area of our lodge. It's very beautiful. And look, there's the lesser striped YouTube filmmaker crew. There they are. Look at that. So their table is not usually here, just in case anyone from the lodge is watching. Oops. It's very beautiful in here. Hi, gang.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello all, how are you doing?
All right, you can get back to work now. So they're editing and marketing and doing all that stuff that grown-ups do. Okay, look at this view. You may recognize that. That was where I did my little photo tip on with Harry the Hyrax. Okay, back in here.
It's called a Z finder, is that right?
It's a good Z.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Do you find it for
Look,
the SLR?
that's the bar.
You want those?
Fantastic.
They have one for
Hey, I'm filming here. Can't you tell?
That good?
So now here's the dining area on the left. That's where the buffet usually goes, or the serving plates. It's beautifully decorated. Amazing views throughout. Look at that. And then there's a little space there because it's the dining room. It's the dining veranda thingy. Yeah. So this is where we're going to have our supper. I think this is where we have supper every night. Look at that. Utterly beautiful. Utterly, utterly beautiful. Okay, so one of the things about staying in a lodge as opposed to a mobile camp, although we love them all, obviously, is this thing. The swimming pool. Look at this one. It is beautiful. So it's a completely natural swimming pool. It's made out of tanga stone and it's crystal clear, as you can see. It's just all very organic and natural. Look at that. Magic.